expensive shit. It is. Can't let you shoot if you can't pass the shit. Teamwork make the dream work. It do. Life like a movie where the dream works. It is. Betting on myself to make my cream work. I am. Making sound investments to manifest this.
And then from that,
the various ways.
Right, and then from that, you said what we need to be doing is getting back to organic living.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, we had gardens. I grew up with a garden in my backyard. You know what I'm saying? God bless my grandfather. We have a urban garden on our block, on Rosa Parks. You know what I'm saying? But is it appreciated the way it should be? Is it celebrated?
It's hard. See, appreciated and celebrated are two different things.
Right, but
it may be appreciated by those who are aware and celebrated by those who are aware. But for those that aren't, that are operating on like the synthetic frequency, the chemical frequency, it's not going to register.
But my point is that we need to get back to that organic living. And my point in bringing that up is that it's possible. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. I think
agree.
that one of the biggest hindrances of us getting back to that kind of living is we think it's not possible. We think it's too expensive. We think we don't have time. We think it's too far away. We have so many excuses. We don't have enough. You know, we got so many kids we got to feed. So many different excuses we got to get back to that.
Another form of systematic, I guess, I don't know if you want to call it oppression, but you know, when you could get liquor, fast food, booze, anything you can name, like within the inner workings of the community, before you could go get an organic romaine style lettuce, because a head of lettuce is actually trash. It's another iceberg trash. You know, but you can't go get no kale. You got the farmers markets. They're being like forced to shut down if they're not making enough money in their community. And then you gotta
make sure it's organic, because it might be GMO.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, or using pesticides and using this and using that type shit. So, I mean, I understand.
It get deep, bro.
It do, but
deep.
It ain't as hard as it used to be. You go into stores, you go to the right store, sacrifice the travel you gotta make. These travels aren't as bad as they used to be. We can continue to make the excuses, but
that's
I was part of something called the Food Policy Council. We was trying to get better food, more nutritious foods in the city of Patterson, because everywhere we got these horrible we might have supermarkets or small grocery stores and and convenience stores around here, but they all sell horrible, non-nutritious foods.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be a healthy person, you got to eat nutritious food. The food isn't healthy. You are healthy.
Right.
The food is nutritious in order to make you healthy. So when you start from that thought process, you could build from there.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then you got to sacrifice. Just because you can eat 5 burgers don't mean you should be eating 5 goddamn burgers. You see what I'm saying? If you got 3 kids and they eat a whole lot of food, they don't gotta eat until they're freaking satisfied. I mean, they don't gotta eat until they're
overindulged.
You feed them until you feel it's necessary for them to be nutritious.
Or you put out a portion, and when they say, you know, I'm full, leave it at that. You know, coming up how we came up, boy, you better eat that food.
But that's the difference, though. Here. And that's the same problem that I think we had back then.
Yeah.
If you got such a big plate that you can say, I'm full, I don't want the rest, you gave too much. You cooked too much.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree, but
so
shit,
some of
Big
that
Mama and them wasn't trying to hear that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by these are generational curses that we need to break.
Lima beans.
These are, them pork chops, we don't need to be eating no damn more.
Nah, bro, Big Mama.
Oh, yeah.
I knew that arm was big for some reason. Shit.
You see what I'm
Big
saying?
Mama get to whipping that shit. Motherfucking mac and cheese sound like you diving in. You know, I ain't gonna
we got just as good food.
Big elbow.
And even the fact of the matter is, even if Big Mama's did every Sunday, you still won't be as unhealthy if you simply did that and only that on Sunday.
Yeah, Big Mama never used to have a garden.
Where that stuff
DJ, go out there and get a couple of tomatoes.
Nah, them collard greens.
Collards. Go on now before I get my belt.
But nobody has time to take care of the garden.
I used to be like that when I came up,
or
man.
Don't got the space to take care of the garden no more.
Aunt Jenny, everybody down south. We used to have hogs, chicken coops, all that, bro.
And that's that down south living.
Yo, I remember going down there one summer. Yeah, big pig. And that's when I finally understood fattening a hog for the killing. Went down there one summer, that pig got big. Went back next summer, where the pig at?
Yeah. On the grill.
Bro, deep freezer. I was like,
yo, they did that up here one time too. I had a friend in elementary school. Her, I think her father was or I don't know, she had a family member who might have been from the south and just knew it.
Right.
They brought a big ass pig, set up a big ass pit, and put that bitch on a big ass pole.
Yeah.
And had that bitch grilling
a
overnight.
Metal skewer.
Not overnight, but it was.
Yeah, that's how
it
they
was
be
light, and by the time
making,
they
like,
started
Pernell
cutting
and
into it,
shit.
it was, bruh. Yeah. But
that's
yeah,
wild, man. This shit could get deep too, because now they talking about the parasites in the food and pork and sushi and all that shit being like the most parasitic. So that mean
Why you eating raw shit?
You could get that worm.
You shouldn't be eating raw shit. I don't get even meat.
I don't think you should be eating raw meat. I think you can eat raw vegetables.
Raw, of course, I'm talking about meat.
Oh, wow.
Why are we as black people eating anything under the well done? Why?
Yeah, so what's up with the plant-based community saying that anything over like 115 degrees, it's like killing the nutritional value in the food?
Think about it like this.
I mean, I agree.
No, I'm just saying, think about it like this. When you have food growing in nature in your garden, how often does it get up that high?
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying?
It get hot as the sun gets.
Right. That's and stuff like in places like Arizona and stuff like that. But they got shade, or they got areas where they control the sunlight so that they don't get too much and stuff like that. So totally, it begins to burn and destroy the nutrients in the food.
Man, shit get deep, bro. It get deep.
Yeah, but if we just did things the right way, we wouldn't have to worry about none of that. If you had a small garden, grew enough for you, just for your family, don't worry about saving and this, that, and the third. With certain things, you know.
No, word.
But
And
if you just use what you need,
prioritize exercise too, man.
Right. And fasting is one of the biggest things.
Intermittent fasting, but these meals, I'm not missing none.
Bullshit.
Well, that's what Hov said.
Because Hov said, that's it. You saying what Hov said?
God did.
Intermittent fasting is this whole American bullshit.
But
I'm gonna say fasting.
Get to the real shit.
There's a couple different ways that you can do it. You look it up. I'm not about to tell you how to do it, but in my opinion, if you really want to
hit them with the dread knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Well, nah, it's a lot of different ways.
When you sit up like this, right? You sit up and then the dreads, like your dreads come down. You gotta have like a segment where you just hit them with some introspective knowledge.
Like I gotta say it like this.
You gotta hit them, yeah, bro. I think that shit it's gonna stick more. Like, it's gonna be more relatable. Pause.
Yeah. All right. Well, like you said, we're gonna wrap this up now. But I'll give a little bit of my perspective on fasting. The fact is, there's a couple different ways you can do it. You can water fast, where you just drink water all day long. You can super fast, where you eat nothing passes your lips all day long. Some people fast to the point where they don't even swallow, they don't spit. But you pick how you want to fast. If there's a certain food that you know is unhealthy for you, and you think that this is really not good for me, I need to cut it out altogether, and you can't do it, start with fasting. Okay, well, this food I have at least twice a week. I'm gonna go this whole week with none of that. That's a fast for that food. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be as complicated as we have to make it.
Right.
But then when you realize the benefits that you get from fasting one thing, you start to be like, oh crap, you know what? Let me try this, let me try that, let me try a serious fast, let me try to not eat nothing all day long. And you realize you still got the energy that you thought you wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You start
after you get through those initial
after those initial days,
like stomach pains and shit like that.
Well, that's part of fasting though.
Yeah, because that means it's actually your body actually like healing. And shit.
Maybe, I don't know. But this is my perspective. When you are fasting the right way and the proper way, the stomach pains are supposed to help you to remember that there are other people out there who will not eat, who do not eat when they want to. You will eat when you break your fast. You simply have to be patient and wait. So when your stomach hurts and you get them hunger pains, you're supposed to remember, I can deal with this. There's people out there that ain't gonna know when the next meal is. I can deal with this. There was a time where I was hungry and I couldn't do it. Yeah. That's part of fasting. It's about, again, changing your mentality, changing your perspective about things. So when you fasting and you get hungry, you gotta remember, this is part of the fasting process. Yeah. And this also is what's helping me, and this is why I'm fasting, to not eat. So if I'm not gonna eat, I'm gonna get hungry. Duh.
After like the 16, 18 hour mark, I be feeling like I popped the limitless pill. Like I become so aware,
it's
so
like
much more sharper. I'd be able to compartmentalize things that I know I wouldn't have been able to do if I was like stuffing myself with food. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, like old timers just sit and say like, of the Christian faith and everything like that. If you don't fast, you don't last. Or whenever faced with a trial or tribulation, like, older people from my experience on this plane, is they just say, yo, just fast. And all will become clear, pray, fast, all of that. And I'm just like, oh, well. But I do definitely believe it to be true. I do definitely believe that it's a superpower that now, unfortunately, capitalism is trying to pollute and siphon its way into it to try to just turn it into some sort of fad when it's been one of the keys to longevity
since ancient inception. Times and before, right? Because the fact of the matter is, we didn't eat at first. And when we did, we had a hunger pain, and we was like, I wonder we'll fix this. Let's see. I don't know how it worked, but still.
Yeah, but we were herbivores by nature too. Right. Rulers and gluttonous individuals fed us pork. They fed us the bullshit.
The only reason we eat meat now, think about it, the only healthy meats we're supposed to be eating, if we do eat meat, are the ones that eat nothing but grass, are herbivores. Those are the ones that have the huge muscles because they're herbivores. So if we were herbivores, we would be the same way.
We gotta eat meat. But why they stuffing them with corn and all that shit now?
To make it fatter and bigger, not more nutritious. To make it a bigger piece of meat for you to buy and for them to sell, but it's not more nutritious.
I remember what they call it, Paul's beefsteak tomato. I went to Fairway. Bro, they had the organic side and the non-organic side.
They got
and everything on the non-organic side looked like it was stuffed with the performance
steroids. They gotta perform better for the customer.
Bro, even like some of the children, like how like we grow up and we look at the kids before us, and it's like, how old are you?
Because of these
I'm
foods
15.
they eating.
Bitch, you look 25.
Because of these foods they eating, bro.
Who walk past, Lord forgive me, little shorty will walk by. Damn.
Bruh.
Hey, yo, she's 17, dog.
Yup. All these food, because parents are like, oh, well, we got to buy more to feed, it got to last this long.
No, we got to buy, we got to cut costs, which affects the quality of the food. So now all of those steroids and chemicals and all that are being ingested, but from a maternal or paternal brain is, I'm doing what's best for my family to make sure it's a meal on the table.
And that's where I disagree.
Okay.
I understand the thought process, and I'm not disagreeing with anybody who has that thought process.
Right.
It's not my thought process. Okay. I believe we should sacrifice what we need to sacrifice, including money, in order to get what's healthy and more nutritious for our longevity.
Yeah.
I understand that you might want to have a piece of chicken, a potato, whatever, a full meal that the government told us is a full course meal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand you want to do that because the government said do that. But it's not. My thing is that if you just rewire your brain and unbrainwash yourself from what you've been told, and think about what is true.
Right.
Even in the Bible and things like that, it tells you. Even in your Quran, even in all your religious books tell you how you should eat and how you should not eat.
Yeah.
So if you think Bible, you're religious,
Leviticus chapter 11.
They got stories about things. It's stories about people who ate certain ways and how their tribes and things acted.
What's clean and what's unclean.
It's there, bro. Yeah. So we can make all the excuses we want, but the information is right there, and we just don't want to make the sacrifices. We don't want to hear our kids whine, I'm hungry.
Have the focus or the discipline.
Exactly.
The steadfastness to go with what's already divine and what produces the correct information for our body.
Right.
There's cancer, disease, all that shit, obesity, everything is running rampant. You know what I'm saying? And shit, one day at a time, but I think as long as the masses start from within first, the world at large could be impacted at a much bigger scale.
Yeah, we gotta start with ourselves.
We back. All right, yo. In closing, just grateful to have the opportunity to sit before y'all again. Hope you guys are enjoying what we've been able to do so far, and look forward to bringing you more authentic, thought-provoking, raw, comical content. You know what I mean? Down the road. Just rock with us, man, and you know, trust the process, and we got faith we could be here for a long time. On that note, B Ward signing off.
So with the gunfight, everything he said, I ain't gotta say nothing else.
Alright, peace.
Check y'all later.
Can't let you shoot if you can't pass the shit. Teamwork make the dream work. Life like a movie where the dream works. Betting on myself to make my cream work. Making sound investments to manifest this.
In closing, we're grateful to be able to have the opportunity. Pardon yourself. Alright. Damn. They gotta take a nap.
Yo, what happened here, homie?
Where?
On the floor.
Bro. Being a good friend. Motherfuckers had the hookah down here.